some live performances to start us off. So, yeah, that's how we're gonna start this. Um, I I don't know if I should introduce who we're gonna be looking at first. Um, you know what? I don't I don't think I will. I think you'll figure it out very quickly. By the way, this is the best I could find, but the audio is not great, so we're just gonna have to bear with this. Anyways, I think you might recognize the song. Man, I wish I could raise the audio volume. This is kind of fun as a duet. I'm sure it actually sounds better when it's in person and not recorded on a cell phone. The crowd surfer in the picture.
One more time.
All right. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much the end of that particular video. There's like 3 seconds left. Man, it is wild to see a professional band bring a cover artist on stage to perform a song that they covered. Because this is the original band that she's performing with, obviously. So, yes, this is Bring Me the Horizon. And this was apparently at a place called Sonic Temple 2026. Some sort of festival, I'm guessing. And yeah, they just brought Maphra on stage for it. Now, this is the second time that she's been on stage recently. I don't want you to immediately start playing. That is not the idea. But this is Ice Nine Kills performing at I think it's Rockville, which was another festival. I think it's technically called the Rockville Festival, though it was at the Daytona Speedway in Florida. Anyways, we're gonna go right into that. Now, I wish I had like professional quality recordings of these, like right off the equipment, but that's not how these things get out. So we're just gonna have to suffer. That's all there is to it. But I want to show this because, first of all, a lot of people seemed to think that Maphra was like AI, which is absurd. But yeah, you can't convince people that someone is not AI these days without, incredible measures. So, yeah. Yeah, obviously she's not AI. She's here on stage. So, but this one came first. The other one we just saw is a second appearance that she's done. I don't think she's technically covered Ice Nine Kills song, but I could be wrong. Because I don't remember on her set. You know what? We'll look really quick. I'm pretty sure I still have her page up, or maybe not. I can get it up pretty quick though. Google definitely knows who she is. Yeah, definitely has not done anything from Ice Nine Kills. So, this is without any like pre-existing recordings of this song. So, I personally don't expect much. I have no idea how long she got to prep for this. And I'm not familiar with the original song really either. I think I might have heard it once. So, we're just going to go in and take a listen. So, hang on.
Follows me, constantly calling me. Helplessly, upon history, faced with danger.
told you it was Rockville. I was pretty sure. Okay, that was the end. All right. Ugh. I wish the audio was better because, you know, the vocals were definitely like drowned out by the bass, like repeatedly. Also, I don't think she did any like vocal technique really here. I think this was just meant as like a duet part and didn't have like the extra like vocal capabilities she would have if like she was doing this in the studio with nothing else going on. It is one thing to do those in the studio, and you can see that she does, in fact, do them in the Doomed recording that we just looked at before this one. But obviously, in a song that she maybe had, what, weeks to prep? Couple of weeks? That's my guess. You're probably not doing that. I mean, we saw when she did like Doomed originally. No, it wasn't Doomed. Yeah, you get one shot at a live concert. Um, I'm totally blanking on the name of the song. Silence. Yeah. For Silence. Oh, jeez. Sorry. I just looked at the view count on Doomed. Yeah, there's a reason they brought her on stage, okay? 21 million views in 3 months. I really doubt they have had 21 million views on the original. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Actually, we should check. I am sure they have a YouTube page. Yes. You can listen to a live performance, but not the Maphra one. And I think it's easier if I just search this way. Maybe they haven't done it in like a studio version. I don't think they have, since it is not showing me anything. Do they have a playlist? Okay, they do have an official videos. I'm curious about official ones. But I don't think that they did an official video for Doomed. It does not look like it. Anyways. Anyway. Oh, that is hilarious. They did Wonderwall as a cover? I'm assuming that's a cover. Wonderwall, by the way, is an Oasis song that I have sung, so. But yeah, 21 million views on a YouTube video is like crazy. I mean, we like look at a lot of bands and artists, um, things can be like 10 years old and have like, well, heck, Steam Powered Giraffe. We looked at Honeybee like 2 weeks ago, I think it is now. Uh, it has had 1 million views in 10 years. Or maybe it's 15 at this point. I don't remember how long, but I know it's over a decade at least. And that was 10 million. She did 21 million views in 3 months. So, yeah. There's a reason that the band would want to bring her on stage. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah, she didn't do probably really any prep for this one. I looked for different recordings. This had the best sound out of the ones I found for this. And this is noted because this was her first live performance. So, you know what? Maybe I can find some others. I want to know. I mean, on Instagram we can find it. Well, this might be better. These literally just popped up yesterday. I mean, it's not as quiet as the other one. So that should be a plus at least. I guess this is the reason you get tickets down in the front row, so you can record the concert. Show dressed up like Kiss? I know very little about them. Where the other one put in. So willing to say that the audio is better in this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Maphra!
You can also hear the crowd a lot better in this one.
Make some fucking noise!
The crowd surfer holding her phone.
This is it! Make some fucking noise for Maphra!
Yeah, and now we're back to the hugging. And man, I would too. I would too. And yeah, she did
One more
all.
time.
Okay, that is the end of that one. But yeah, she did all the like vocal techniques for the parts that she did. She didn't do all of it because they made it into a duet. So obviously she's not doing all of the vocal lines because he's doing at least part of them. So they split it up, and in her parts, she's doing the same techniques she does in the studio version. So That should put to rest anyone thinking that she couldn't do this live. I mean, obviously it's harder to do live because, yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, you can tell some other things like how hot it is on that stage by like uh I mean, we got some good close-ups of her. You can see like her hair is like damp in the way that it's like sweaty, and that makes hair very much hair. It likes to do its own thing, okay? That's how it gets when you get sweaty. And yeah, uh, you can tell it's very hot on that stage because her hair is doing that. Also, her makeup, you can kind of tell. Because, her look is that sort of like emo goth look. So she's got some, fairly caked on makeup, and it is not standing up to the heat. So she's doing this when it's really hot, probably pretty uncomfortable even. Um, I would guess probably the biggest crowd she's ever sung live for. Because before she started doing covers, she did not have like an audience that was that massive. Um, so, she might have been doing performances, but not for, say, like 40,000 people. I don't know how many people are at this festival, um, but I'm guessing it's in the thousands. That is usually like festival audience. So, yeah. Um, but yeah, I wanted to like cover her live stuff since we've finally seen live stuff, and I think we've taken a good look at that. Um, I know some people were like really haters after the Ice Nine Kills video over here. Um, Sorry, I looked at this first comment and it says, "It's so nice of Maphra to let Ice Nine Kills perform with her." uh, that is hilarious. But yeah, this is a good look at her. After the first one here came out, a lot of people were like saying, "Oh, see, she's not doing any fancy techniques in this one." But yeah, she does in fact do those fancy techniques in the latest video. So I'm rather glad that she got to do the one with Bring Me the Horizon. That is a really great sample for her.